Dell XPS 15 review. I love being wrong. Case in point, the Dell XPS 15. I loved last year's model with its heady mix of looks and power, so much so that I didn't think it could get much better. But the latest XPS 15 is a lot better. This marks the first time the XPS 15 gets an OLED display, which is in itself monumental. But the system also packs an overclockable Core i9 processor and pairs it with a discrete NVIDIA GTX 1650 GPU, making for one beautiful beast. Yes, they also fixed the webcam. There are, however, some trade-offs for all that beauty and power, namely the battery life, which is just over 8 hours. But on a notebook this stacked, I'm betting it's a flaw you'll be willing to overlook. We certainly have, which is why we named the XPS 15 one of the best 15-inch laptops, best video editing laptops, best 4K laptops and best laptops for college students. I tested the $2,249 configuration of the Dell XPS 15, which has a 9th Gen 2.4-GHz Intel Core i9-9980HK processor with 32 GB of RAM, a 1TB M.2 NVMe PCIe SSD, an Intel UHD Graphics 630 GPU, an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1650 GPU with 4 GB of VRAM and a 4K OLED display. The $999 base model has a 2.4-GHz Intel Core i5-9300H CPU, 8 GB of RAM, a 256 GB M.2 NVMe PCIe SSD, an Intel UHD Graphics 630 GPU and a 1920 by 1080 display. The $1,599 iteration gives you a 2.6-GHz Intel Core i7-9750H CPU with 8 GB of RAM, a 256 GB M.2 NVMe PCIe SSD, an Intel UHD Graphics 630 GPU, an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1650 GPU with 4 GB of VRAM and a 1920 by 1080 display. An additional $400 doubles the RAM and storage and adds a 4K panel. Aluminum and carbon fiber, a match made in techie heaven. At least it is when you're talking about an XPS laptop. On the XPS 15, the combination is upscale and modern, something you'd be proud to show off in a coffee shop or boardroom. The chrome Dell logo gleams in the center of the silver anodized aluminum lid, just like the slightly chamfered edges of the system. Adding rigidity and a stylish flair to the mix is the carbon fiber keyboard deck, which houses the full-size keyboard, a large touchpad and the circular power button playing double duty as a fingerprint reader. As with all modern XPS notebooks, the latest 15 rocks those barely there bezels, courtesy of Dell's Infinity Edge design. But unlike all but the most recent XPS 13, the webcam on the 15-inch is right where it belongs, smack dab in the top bezel.